Good morning, fam. It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC. How's it going? Long time no see. We're having coffee this morning. I literally just woke up. I'm still in my jammies. We don't have eyebrows or eyelashes on yet. But boy, do I owe you guys a video. We've been MIA lately. Life has been crazy. So today I figured I would show you guys a pocket dump as to what I've been carrying the past week. I think I haven't uploaded in 7 or 8 days. I'll show you guys what I've been carrying, give you guys a test update, although we're kind of sort of not testing. I'll explain why. And then we'll look at, some stuff that I'm going to be carrying in the future here, the rest of the month. Zadie, please stop. Yeah, I will do a life update at the end. That way, if you guys only want to watch the knife stuff, we'll just go over that now and you don't have to listen to the other crap that's going on. So we'll just talk about knives first, and then if you want to stick around for the craziness, you can later on. Also, I literally need coffee, so we're going to be drinking. Okay, so what have I been carrying lately? Chapstick, typical. Phone, typical. This little Surefire Titan, if the camera will focus, and it won't, of course. Little tiny flashlight. This is very similar in size to the Streamlight Micro Stream. However, this is, light years ahead of that. Different modes. It's a little bit shorter. You have premium. I think this is titanium. It's a little more of a premium feel. Longer battery life, all that good stuff. So I've already reviewed this, but this is what I've been carrying lately. It's just this little Surefire flashlight. Really nice little light. It did come with a pocket clip that I took off. I'm not the biggest fan of pocket clips. I live a very, very active life. I tend to be working outside a lot too, and I work with dogs, so pocket clips are not my friends. Things just fall off all the time. So this just drops down in my pocket, and this does have a little lanyard bead, an Ultim lanyard bead from Urban Carvers, and this is called the Lantern. So this is a really cool hide a knot EDC bead that you can put on your gear. It's made out of Ultim. You guys know I love that material. It's a thermoplastic, very rugged, and this hides the knot, and it's called a lantern because it looks like a lantern. Also, he makes inserts for these that are cool, glow inserts. So if you don't want to hide the knot and you want to have a cool little color in there or insert, you can buy those. And there are different colors and stuff like that. I think those are awesome, but I do like that this hides the knot, so, I didn't get that. Plus, this was a gift anyway. I had no say in that, but, yeah. Very rugged thermoplastic. I think it's a cool color, and see how thin this is? See how thinly machined this is? It would look like it would have, some flex and stuff. It, doesn't. It's extremely strong. That's what's so cool about these thermoplastics, is that you can put them on your gear and not have to worry, and they can be super thin like this, but it doesn't matter because they're very durable, so, it has no give. So just a cool little setup. I think this looks pretty neat for a flashlight. I really like this. So that's the light source. The Swiss Army knife I've been carrying lately is the Victorinox Cadet. I've had this for many years. This is a great little Swiss Army knife. You are sacrificing the fact that you lose the toothpick and tweezers on the ALOX models, which is kind of a bummer. I really like having those available for me. But in my wallet, I carry a toothpick. So, and I always have my wallet on me, so that's been kind of helping. Out of the toothpick and tweezers, I use the toothpick more. I constantly am eating, so I use a toothpick a lot. And the tweezers, not as much, so I just threw a toothpick in my wallet. That way I always have one, and I can carry these ALOX models without compromising the fact that I lose those little amenities. So I've been using this, super useful. As you can see, that black coating is wearing off, which is pretty typical when you are just throwing this in your pocket along with other tools, and they are getting marred and beat up in your pocket. But this just has a little nail cleaner, which is very useful, and a file. They changed the configuration of this file. It used to be like a little inlay type looking thing with the sandpaper type file, and now it's these lines. I don't prefer this. I actually think that for fingernails, the inlay type deal that they had with like the sandpaper texture worked better, but I don't use a file that much. I cut my nails pretty short, so not a big deal, but just a heads up that the newer models look like this instead of that little rectangle area. Then you have a pretty generous blade for the size of this Swiss Army knife. Thin, useful, but woo! I almost just stabbed my finger. Jeez, I gotta get it together. See, this is why you don't make videos literally when you wake up, because you're gonna cut a finger off. Okay, let's try this again. You have a very generous blade here. It is thin, but you know, a good size. Like, look, it takes up almost my whole palm. In a nice little package. I love this blade shape. Just a super useful little blade. Really enjoy using this. And then we have the can opener right there. And the bottle opener, screwdriver, maybe light pry bar type deal there. And that's it. So, you know, just a couple of tools. Nothing too crazy, but useful stuff. I'm still trying to figure out if this works for me long term. I really enjoy carrying scissors on my EDC knives. My favorite Victorinox Swiss Army knife of all time is the Super Tinker, which I have, but I am trying other options just to see how they work. And, you know, for me, I really miss those scissors. I constantly am working on things and getting like hangnails and stuff, and those scissors are just fabulous for that type of thing. So, this is great, but is it my one and done? Definitely not. And then, wallet, same as always, the fail-safe goods sidewinder. This really will not change, I don't think. We have a little titanium Lego bead on there that was a gift from a good friend. I love this. I think the brand is Tech, T-E-C. I could be wrong. It's something like that. But just a really nice little wallet. I have my toothpick in there, of course. Keep cash and checks in the middle part. Just a great, thin, lightweight wallet. Super well made. Need life source. And then the knife that I've been carrying the past couple days for testing is the case Sod Buster Jr. that I'm carrying in a Hitch&Timber Cadet slip in the Pioneer size. So I know that can be confusing. Basically, Hitch&Timber makes this little Cadet slip for the Victorinox Cadet, right? However, they make 3 sizes to fit all different types of Swiss Army knives. So there's the Cadet slip for the Cadet, there's the Cadet slip for the Pioneer, and there's the Cadet slip for the Farmer, which is the biggest size. So I actually do not have the Cadet slip for the Cadet. I do not have that. I have the 2 larger sizes for the Pioneer and for the Farmer. Just because I guess I care more about putting my Sod Busters into these slips than I do my Swiss Army knives. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get a Cadet one, but I don't really care right now. So this is the Cadet slip in the Pioneer size, and this does fit a case Sod Buster Jr. if it has the thinner covers, okay? So on traditional knives, we don't call these scales. These are called covers, and there are different widths. So some of these... Oh, come on, please focus. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. This camera hates focusing. So on some of these Sod Busters, especially these pocket-worn models, the covers are very thin, and then there are some that are thicker. So notice how on this Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive, these covers are much thicker, right? So this doesn't fit the Farmer slip like this one does. Just a heads up. So, you know, if you're thinking about picking up one of these slips for your traditional knives, just pick the right size, because look at how different these are. They're the same knife, but the covers on this one are way thicker. So I opted for the farmer size for this thinner style Sod Buster. It fits absolutely perfectly. I really like running these because it protects the, you know, like the pivot area of this traditional knife, and you can't take these apart. They're hand finished, they're hand peened. You know, you just don't want to get gunk in there, right? And I noticed that when I was running these in my fifth pocket on my jeans, they were collecting debris in that area. So I ended up getting this, and I could put my thinner Sod Buster Juniors in it, and it works really well. Very high quality slip. I just put it down in there with the pivot going down first because, you know, obviously if you do it like this, you can still get debris in there. So I do moving side down, push it down in there. It is like a glove, guys. Like, that is not coming out. Very nice. The leather had to stretch to get this in there, which is good. Now it's literally completely fitted in there and formed to this width of knife. And the cool thing is I can use the slip for anything this width. Like, if I had a Swiss Army knife the same width as this, I can put it in there too. So that's really nice. I love running this. I think this is a gorgeous leather. This is the Autumn Harvest leather, and this is the Crazy Horse. Really cool. My friend will be putting a lanyard on here today. This style lanyard, which is my new favorite style, just makes it easier to pull out of the pocket when it's down in there. So this will be running a little lanyard by this afternoon, but this is the knife that I've been using the past couple days, and the slip that it's in. And just to talk about the knife itself a little bit here, I had mentioned in a prior video that I was more excited about obtaining these little Sod Buster Juniors than I have been about any higher end production knife in a while. And upon using these, it has only solidified my initial excitement furthermore. I don't know why I am enjoying using these so much. Okay, Zaya, sweetheart, can you just, like, be quiet for 2 seconds? Oh my god. Sorry about the jingling. Zaya, sweetheart. Okay, we're probably done with that. Yeah, we're all done. This is chaotic. Look at Nugget, she's just waiting to be on camera. Also, it's Kovu's birthday. He just turned 8, so happy birthday to Mr. Sleepy right there, who just turned 8 years old, and clearly that's very exhausting for him. Anyway, I have been enjoying using this and these little Sod Busters more than, like, any knife I've used in quite some time. I don't know if it's just because it's a different experience. I don't know if it's because it's lightweight and thin, traditional. I have no idea, but I have literally been enjoying using these so much. It's like such a pleasure. And just this blade shape and this entire configuration is so useful and just makes so much sense. It's like everything you need and nothing you don't, right? I love this. I absolutely love this. This is in true sharp stainless, so that's a like 420 high carbon type deal as far as we know. And the edge retention on this has been amazing. I don't get it. Like, I literally thought that I was going to be getting kind of like a piece of crap knife with poor fit and finish and pretty terrible edge retention. And I will say, for like the stuff I've been doing, it still is sharp. It's been a pleasure to use. The geometry and the blade shape are fabulous for everyday stuff. And the edge retention has been great. Like, it's just so crazy to me. So this has been just an absolute joy to use. Yeah, everything about this is pretty on point. Case's tolerances for fit and finish are a pretty wide spectrum. So, like, you can get a knife with some pretty decent sized gaps, and we will think it's unacceptable, and to them it's acceptable because they're all handmade. Like, some of the stuff that they find acceptable to put through quality control, like, blows my mind. So you really want to get these in person. But I will say some of these that came through are really nice. I love this knife. It's just been incredible to use so far. I think it's so beautiful. Really useful blade shape. And one of the cool things I've noticed about the Sod Buster design is that you have, I would say almost an inch of actual cutting edge that is facing forward. So what I mean is, with this blade shape, I'm not saying it's like a Tonto blade, but I am saying that you have a cutting edge that is facing straight out. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, let's pull in kind of like a drop point style blade here. So it's not like this, where you have the front of the knife being a tip, right? So this is really useful for some people if you're doing piercing and such, because this tip is center line with the rest of the knife. So when you hold the knife, the first thing that this knife is touching on a surface is, it's the tip, right? So the tip is touching the surface. However, when you move to something like these Sod Busters, you have more of the actual cutting edge as opposed to piercing, touching your surface. So when I do this, there's more cutting edge touching the surface, and especially if we angle just a hair, you're getting this whole front part of the cutting edge touching your surface, which is really nice because it just kind of forms a carefree way of cutting things, especially packages and stuff. That cutting edge just facing forward and having more of that be the first thing that you touch. I mean, I don't know, it just it's kind of like a carefree thing. I actually am really enjoying it. It's like you just pull it out, you can cut, and you don't have to focus. Like with this knife, I have noticed that when I am opening boxes and stuff with tape, I purposely have to pay attention to, like, okay, place the blade, like get the cutting edge in the tape, and then pull. This is just a little more carefree. Just something I've noticed with this style blade. I think it's very useful. I understand why these are tried and true for farmers and ranchers and just everyday users. This blade shape is just kind of like a universal, fantastic user for all around stuff, including food prep. This is a fantastic knife for cutting up food. I am seriously enjoying this so much. I adore this little guy, and I love putting it in this slip, and just, I think it looks beautiful, and it makes me so happy to use it every time I take it out. And, same with the rest of these. So we have another Sod Buster here. This one is in 1095. So it has started to pick up a patina from cutting food, which is really nice. This was the one with the really poor fit and finish where the covers and the brass liners don't line up, but I kept it and we're just running it. But beautiful patina forming on this knife. I really enjoy that. This one is in true sharp stainless as well, and this just has different covers. Really nice. So I'll probably switch this one out in a couple days to run and put it into this slip because these are the same thickness. And then we have the Bullnose from GEC that is running in the farmer-sized slip from Hitch&Timber in this gorgeous crazy horse leather to protect it. Have a nice lanyard on this one to pull out. So there's that. And this one obviously has just been a pleasure to use as well. Totally different ball game than case, like this is just above and beyond what you're ever going to get from case knives. And you're paying a premium price, of course. I'm very lucky to have this. Absolutely gorgeous. If you're looking to get a Sod Buster and you want an American-made, high-quality Sod Buster, the only one that I can recommend that's readily available right now is the Mud Bug from Smith & Sons. However, it's huge. It's like 8.5 inches long, crazy long, locking Sod Buster knife. Way longer than this, so if you don't mind the length, I would say go for it. They're very well made, just way too big for me, but that's the only one I can recommend because, like, the quality and the fit and finish on the case knives is super hit or miss, and you really have to get them in person. The GECs are not available readily at all, so check out Smith & Sons Mud Bug. Fantastic option if you don't mind carrying a crazy long Sod Buster locking knife, but made in the US. And there are different cover options and stuff. They have all types of micarta. Okay. And then the last thing I've been carrying, the fixed blade I've been carrying, is the LT Wright Frontier Valley in A2 tool steel. It has started to pick up a patina. If the camera will focus, you can kind of see it right in here. I think that's from cutting up steak. Come on. Yeah, so we've got some little color hues in there a little bit, which is cool. I first started using this for food prep and stuff just to test it. It did phenomenal. Then I switched it over to be kind of like the dirty work blade. So now this is doing feed bags and boxes, cardboard cutting, processing dog food, just more like dirty tasks. I'm not using this for my own food anymore. And this has been incredible. There's nothing about this knife I would change. Nothing. It is perfect. I love this thing. Comes with a really nice sheath. Fantastic price at $109 US with the sheath. Shipped. I think that's very fair for what you're getting. I love this. It's been incredible to use so far. So that's been the belt knife. We're probably going to switch to a different one soon. And yeah, that's kind of like what I've been carrying. The knives I've been using. This is subject to change, and I'm not like fully testing anything this month. I initially had a testing lineup. She just like wants to be on camera. You can have some screen time. Okay, so I initially had a testing lineup, and then we found out that we were getting evicted, and that threw a wrench in every plan I had. She literally is just so... Look at how happy she is, because she knows that she's in the frame now. Getting kind of creepy. Okay, focus on me. Where am I? There we go. Yeah, so, you know, since we got here with the campers, the town immediately started harassing us and didn't want us here. And the reason that we can't be here has changed, like, I would say 7 times. First, it was like, you can't own more than 2 campers in New Hampshire, and you can't have more than 2 on your property. Then it changed to, it was a safety violation, and they were nervous for our safety out here. Then it changed to, they can't be close to the road, and you can't, they don't want to see the campers. Then it changed to, you know, you can't live in a camper, and it's just, stop. Now you're being obnoxious. The reason has changed, you know, 100 times, and we have literally just said, like, trust me, we don't want to be out here. If we could find somewhere to live, we would. Like, it's not like we want to be out here living in campers at all. We don't want this. This was, like, the only option that we had. And yeah, the town just does not care. There's, like, one specific guy just, like, gunning for us, and he wrote up an official letter the other day and mailed it to the property owner, and basically was like, you have 1 week to get those campers off the property in the snow, because we just had a blizzard. You have 1 week to get them off, otherwise, like, we're taking legal action, basically. Which is really annoying, because, like I said, if we had the money to buy a house, we would. We don't want to be out here. And if somebody would rent to us with 6 dogs, we would be renting somewhere with 6 dogs. Like, we don't want to be out here. So they just have, like, no compassion, man. They're, like, gunning for us. So literally, yeah, they wrote up a letter. They gave us 1 week to get the campers off the property, and these campers we, like, solidified here. Like, we put the insulation and stuff on them. We spent, like, thousands of dollars, like, insulating these for the winter, gearing them up, like, making them solidified here so that we could get through the winter and try to save up for a place come spring. And literally they made us rip it all down in a blizzard. Like, they literally made us. So, like, out in the blizzard, tearing off the insulation that we spent thousands of dollars on, like, tearing everything down. They're just like, go die. It's really messed up. And it's frustrating because we both work, you know, 40 hours a week. We're, like, trying so hard to save up. It's just, like, I don't talk about my personal life on the channel much because I don't think it matters. Like, it's a knife channel. But I will say, from experience, it's very hard to get your head out of the water and stop just, like, treading water when you were set up for failure as a kid. not trying to play victim here at all. Like, I'm not a victim and everything happens for a reason, but I'm just saying, like, when you're brought into the world and set up for failure from your parents and you don't have that to fall back on, and you're, like, thrown out at 17 and you're forced to be an adult at 17 and live on the streets, and, like, that just doesn't set you up for success. It's very hard to figure out how to navigate this world the way it is when you didn't get a chance to even learn how to be an adult. You were thrown into it. So coming from experience, it's just been a constant struggle for me. I'm 27 now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 27. I've been on my own since the day I turned 17, and it's just very hard to do that, you know? So I think it's just like, I have to break the cycle, and I'm trying, but it's really hard when, you know, people just don't even give you a chance. And it's not like I'm some drug addict, you know, like, bumming money off the streets or something. Like, I literally have a full-time job. I work 40 hours a week. I pay all my bills. I own my truck. Like, it can happen to anyone. That's my point. It can happen to anyone. Your life can change like that. And just be kind, you know? Like, don't judge, because, man, some people can have it all together and it can all change at once, and some people just haven't been able to escape that vicious cycle of, like, I don't even know what to call it. I don't know. It's just hard. So we're trying, but yeah, we had to tear all of the siding off the campers. We're moving Nicole's in a couple days to a different place, a couple towns over. I don't even know how that's gonna work. I really don't. We're just hoping for the best. So, prayers, please send your prayers. Like, please. Like I said, everything happens for a reason, and I'm just taking it as it is, but man, sometimes it's just like, when does it end? We're going on 10 years here, you know what I'm saying? Like, when does it end? Just can't escape the cycle. But I really appreciate the prayers, guys. I'm going to try to get more content out for you guys. Please be patient, you know, stick with me here. I'm trying. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll show you guys the new site when we get there. And yeah, here's to new beginnings yet again, I guess. So I will see you guys on the next video. Go use your shit. Go use your shit. Learn how to sharpen your knives. Maybe try some traditional knives. They're a lot of fun. And I will see you guys on the next video. I love you all so, so much, and thank you for the endless support and love that you guys give me. I cannot express how grateful I am for that. I love you guys very much. Take care.